welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the 10th of July at 5:20, heading home. Oh, I've not done myself Mr. Ellis's words of wisdom yet. Tut tut. Right, so we shall get moving. We're pointing in the wrong direction for dropping off parcels, so I'm just going to zing in here and turn round. It's just kind of convenient to park where I park to shut the roller shutters down, because I can do it sat in the car rather than being out, especially when it's a bit cold and miserable. It's been sunny earlier on and then it started raining again, so there we go. You can see the full splendour of Pennine and White Rose Coffee Roasters coffee shed. Apart from the far top little windows that never actually got finished off, so they've just got loads of expanding foam sticking out of the joints where the blanking panels got put in, and that all needs trimming off, and then some brown silicone putting round to finish them, which is a job I'm going to end up doing by the looks of it, so I don't know when I'll get round to that. Probably when I've got someone that will foot the ladders for me, because it's quite high up. Although I'm getting used to, with all my painting, I'm getting used to going up and down high ladders now, so I'm not as sort of off put by doing it anymore as I was. There's a little bike coming down. Little Evil Knievel. There he goes. Right. So, we're off to drop the parcels off at the new parcel drop. Oh, look at that, she's just shutting up. I could have nipped in. Oh, what a pain. No, I never managed to get in there. So, the petrol station, I don't know if I mentioned this last week or not. A week ago on Wednesday, the petrol station, I'd gone in and the guy said, my boss has said, can you start coming between 11 and 12 on a morning, because there's two people work then, and when you're coming on a night there's only one person in all the parcels. I'm doing a lot of parcels now, a lot of Hermes parcels. So he says, yeah, can you come in around between 11 and 12, because you know you're blocking up the shop and there's only one person working, and I don't know what she's doing. Strange woman. You know, like pulled in behind me like she's going to park and then just pulled back out again. Very odd. So yeah, it says, can you come there? So I did it Friday, and it wasn't, there was one person, it's an old lady. I was like, I don't see the benefit here if there's just one person and it's an old lady, plus I'm having to make the effort of leave work during the day just to take these parcels, which isn't very convenient. So I did it anyway. And Saturday, because the Friday night I was going to take more, but I forgot, as you was in the vlog. So Saturday I took them around midday on my way into work to roast 100 kilos of Brazilian peaberry. And there's the same one old lady there, and I'm like, this is not right. And Monday I had like 25 done of the eBay orders by midday, so I took them, and it was the same single on one lady, and I'm like, no, with this I'm not having this, it's just pointless. And I ain't leaving work every day at midday just to waste my time doing stuff. So jeez, now I'm getting in. I could do with moving myself quick actually, because I'm going to get the carbon into all these people buzzing about. So I had a look around, and there's an in-post locker box here. I'd never really worked out what they were for before, but it does one of Hermes. If you do the parcel, it says your nearest drop-off is in-post parcel lockers in front of Windsor Shoes. So I thought, Monday night, I'll give it a go. I got 50 I had a lot of parcels, 50 parcels. I've had 50 parcels a day, in fact. I'll give it a go. So you take it up and it's pretty cool. It's a bit like parcel whack-a-mole, to be honest, because you get your parcel, you scan it, and it opens a door on the locker. but it always opens these little narrow postie box ones, which most of my parcels won't fit in. So then you've got to put open medium, and then you have to close that door. Then you scan the parcel again. Then it opens the door you want, and you can put parcel in. I did this a few times, but I thought, you know, I've got 50 parcels. Every time I'm scanning one and opening a door, putting the parcel in, it's going to take a while. And the medium boxes are pretty big. They're very deep. So I could get 2 or 3 parcels in. So I'm like, I got a trick here. I'm going to scan it once and then put as many in as I can get in the box and then redo it. So I've been doing that. So it doesn't register, obviously, that all the parcels I've been putting in are put in, because there might be 2, 3 or 4, depending on the size of box, going in. But it saves me all that effort. Plus, I wouldn't get them all in if I just did one at a time. And they do scan, because the guy who comes and empties it, he has to scan them as he's taking them out. So as soon as he scans them, start tracking on the system. So it still works, just like I say, it's a bit time saving. But that's it. I've been getting rid of 15 parcels a day in this locker now, and it's nice and easy, and I don't have to faff about in a shop with a mask on and avoid people and stand about waiting while people get fuel and this and that and that. So it's better. It's better. So, right, let's get in and do that, and then I'll remember to email myself, Mr. Nellis, and then we can get on. Okay, see you in a minute. All right, that's better. I centered myself. My little gizmo gadget phone holder had decided to drop itself down. I've retightened the screw now, so it's all good. Right, let's do Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom. Spectacularly quick to drop those parcels off with a scanning machine. And I've only used sort of, I think, 5 of the bays in total, because I shove more in than I should do. But it just means that everyone else has a chance to put parcels in if they wish to. I'm not blocking it up. Socially responsible parcel dropping in a socially isolated way in a car park, in a big locker thingy. So, Mr. Nellis says, my things to talk about on your vlog: the death of Ennio Morricone. No idea who that is, but it's very sad he's dead anyway. Ringo Starr is aged 80, well, they are. The Great Yorkshire Show going virtual this coming Tuesday to Friday. Not sure it's going to be quite the same, is it really? If you're not knee-deep in mud in a field surrounded by cows and sheep, then it's not the Great Yorkshire Show. Bill and Ted Face the Music. Yes, a new Bill and Ted film. That will be awesome. I can't wait for that to come out. Right then, let's head on our way home. So, well, you know, it's not been a very busy week, because apparently I always say, oh, it's been really busy, been really busy, like I'm just sort of laying it on for people. But it's not, I'm not laying it on, it's always really busy.
Warning,
I can't help that, can I? It's not my fault it's really busy all the time. So Saturday, like I said, went to work in the afternoon to roast all that Brazilian peaberry, and what a lot of roasting that was. Fortunately, with the 30 kilo, not as much as it could have been, but it's still it's a lot getting the big roaster set up. There's a lot of work there. Obviously cleaning it out after your batch of roasts, especially the chaff collector, because you know, it gets super hot in the chaff thing, and if you leave chaff in there, it'll start to burn, and then you end up with a fire, and that's not good at all. So, but I got it all set up. First roast I did, it was actually my cattle market espresso. He's just, you know, cutting in at the last minute. This is unusual. Don't normally have this happen, but still. I did a batch of cattle market espresso, because I got an order for 10 had come in on Saturday morning, and I knew I didn't have that much done, because I've not been holding as much with everywhere being shut, but of course now they're reopening, I can start building stocks up a bit. because I like to get everything out as fresh as possible. You know, I don't hold in weeks and weeks of stock. It's not the point of us being an artisan, on-demand, fresh coffee roaster. Hello. So I put that through first, 20 kilo batch of the kettle market, and I did realise I've not done a huge amount of dark roasts with the 30 kilo, to be honest, because obviously not been selling espresso or whatever else. It's all been lighter roasts, and the exhaust fan, because of all the ducting issues, has been leaking some smoke out towards the end of the roast, which wasn't really a problem with the lighter roast. I mean, you've got a bit of smoke lagging on around the roofs. But nothing that was too bad, really. Not terrible anyway. I think I've moved again now. I seem to be out of focus. Oh dear. I'm sick myself over this. How to make driving not so easy. Like focusing yourself. What's going on now with all these? Oh my giddy gosh. You're gonna wonder. And this little up now hasn't got enough up in it. Come on up. Give it some beans. There's no weight to that car. It should be able to go like a rocket. The trouble is, it's only got a lawnmower engine in it as well. So with a person and the car, it's struggling. Little tiny thing. Oh, he's cute, isn't he? Bless. Little tiny up. Oh my goodness, he's done a proper power slide in that Porsche. Wow. The Porsche just came out of the back side road across here, absolutely giving it some, and it was proper sliding. I thought it was going to go in the wall of the bridge. Wow. Oh, epic. You've got a little lawnmower car in the front and a damn Porsche behind me now. Wow. So yeah, roasting the espresso was quite a lot of smoke, and it was sort of spreading around the warehouse, and I'm like, this is going to be a problem, because all the little Peabury had to be dark roast. Oh, the Porsche's going to the petrol station now. I wonder if he's going to use the toilet facilities. I'm pretty sure he had a brown trouser moment with that. So I was like, this is going to be a problem, this smoke, and I'm going to have to engineer another new solution, because I'd put in a little fan in the roof up above where it is, in the hope it would suck the smoke up and out, well, into upstairs really, because no one's up there, so they won't care about it. But as it was, that was very ineffective for a number of reasons, really. Firstly, it wasn't very powerful. Secondly, the smoke was heading wherever it wanted to, and not very near that particular fan that was supposed to be sucking it up. Thirdly, the exhaust fan, where the smoke was leaking out, where the shaft for the fan blades goes through, obviously the motor is on the outside that's running that fan, and the motor has its own fan at the back of it to cool it down, which blows air all the time it's running over the motor body, and that's towards where the smoke's coming from. So of course there's a draft of smoke pushing it away from the roaster, well, up the body of the roaster and towards me, and then out into the warehouse. And so of course having something up above wasn't helping much, because a lot of the smoke was being sent that way along. So that was ultimately a problem. It wasn't going where it wanted to be, and with the dark roast, it's pretty obvious if I'm going to be doing a lot of espresso coffee roasting with this big roaster, it needed a better solution, because it just was not good. Saturday at all. So I came up with a new plan, with some 100mm ducting, that I just happen to have lying around, because you know I'm this kind of guy who has 100mm aluminium ducting lying around. It's a kind of flexi one. So I'm thinking, right, I've got some ducting hanging around, you know. Maybe if I run the ducting from the roof down right into, so it is attached to where the fan is, so where the smoke is. So literally the suction of that little fan that's up above is pulling right where the smoke's coming out, and it will draw it in and up and out. So I gave that a go on Sunday, because I had to go back in Sunday and roast some more, and it was better. It was improved. I had the ducting sort of through the ceiling and upstairs on the floor, and then the fan, little fan, popped against it that was sucking the air through, and it worked better. But I did order, because I thought, you know, this is okay, but I need a real better solution. I ordered a 100mm inline ducting fan, so that had an attachment either side for ducting. So, and another section of this 100mm flexible aluminium ducting. So basically I could attach to the fan from one side and attach right onto this motor thing, so it's sucking properly. And this is a real high power. It wasn't any old weak, weedy, wibbly thing. This was a proper high power job. And then on the other side I can attach to it and then vent it through the upstairs, because while downstairs it's all glass panels and I can't make any holes through those really, or I could replace one, but that would be kind of awkward and annoying. But up and above, it's the board panels, the blank plate panels, and those can be quite easily drilled through. Well, not easily, but you can drill a hole through them. You can't drill a hole through gas, really, it doesn't work. So I thought, great, what we'll do, get that, which arrived, funny enough, on Wednesday, which is quite fortunate, because I had some guys come and look at a 30 kilo roasting, because they were looking to get a 60 or 120. And obviously you don't really want them to see a load of smoke pouring out, even though I had to explain that the ducting wasn't ideal as a toper wanted, but it suited my purpose. So I did explain that. But that arrived, so I got it all set up, and it was absolutely perfect. Not a wisp of smoke while I was roasting. Even full 30 kilo batches, dark roasts, no problem. So I haven't actually got it through the upstairs blank plate yet, so it vents outside. So I was venting it, because I had to hastily put it together on Wednesday morning before these guys came in the afternoon. I just had it venting into upstairs, which was fine, except when I went up there later on, it was full of smoke, so I had to open a window to let some of it out. I was like, yes, do we need to get that going out through the thing? So probably a job for tomorrow. That first job tomorrow is just finish that off, so it will be blowing outside, and also sorting the wiring out, because it's a bit ad hoc at the moment. So sort that out, and then I'll be good. So roasted with 30 kilo Saturday, roasted with 30 kilo Sunday. Monday, thought, don't really need loads. I'll probably just put the smaller one on for a few bits that I do need. And fortunately, before I'd actually thought about, or got around to be honest, putting on the smaller roaster, come 1:30, got an order come in for 12 kilos of my roasted Colombian Excelsior, and I haven't got any of that roasted at all. But it was like, oh well, I'm going to use the big one Tuesday. Except it was an order, and they'd paid extra for next day before 10 AM delivery, so it had to leave Monday. And in fact, that kind of put a bit of pressure on, because not only did it have to leave Monday, the carrier comes at 1:30, and not 3:30, and this order had come in at 1:30. So we literally only got a couple of hours for me to get it roasted, packed, labelled, sealed, and then it could be sent out. So I had to literally suddenly go, right, okay, so we're now doing 30 kilo roaster, and the bits I needed, we're doing a lot more of those, because we're not doing 5 now, we're going to do 20s as it's warming up. And I'm going to do a 20 kilo Colombian Excelsior for this order. and get it wrapped and packed and everything else pretty quick. So that's what we did, and we got it done easy. Time to spare to ship out that 12 kilo order. But you know, it's another one of these things. You know, if I hadn't got a 30 kilo and invested in that bigger roaster, it'd have been a right job. That would have been at least 3 roasts for the Colombian Excelso. About an hour of a job. Yeah, I don't know, we might not have got it out in time. Well, saying that, I mean, we might have been able to get 1 box with some to follow. You know, because I'm surely couldn't have needed all 12 kilos for 10 o'clock next day. What are you going to do with 12 kilos of coffee the next day? You know, that's a lot of coffee to drink, a lot of cups. So, got that done. Tuesday, did some roasting with a smaller roaster. Wednesday, did 4 batches with a 30 kilo because I needed, fun enough, I needed another 20 kilo of Thailand, Doi Chang. Customer had ordered that. I've had 10 kilos of an espresso blend I do specially for cafe. I had that to do. I've had so much roasted coffee, it's absolutely insane how much coffee I've been roasting. In the past few weeks we've just shifted so much, it's crazy. Absolutely. I don't know what this guy is doing here. Go on, get on your way before I run you over. So it's sunshine, then clouds and rain. Where's weather? Supposed to get warmer this weekend, so I don't know. If it gets sunny, I might hang around. I kind of want to go magnet fishing or go woods or something with the boy if I get a chance or not. But I got work to do as well and stuff. I don't know. Agony of choice, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's about it really. Oh, in the end, you know, I was umming and ahhing over PCs last week. In the end, I gave up. So I'd got Franken PC is running Windows 10 64-bit perfect. Been using Artisan for all the roasts I did Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Wednesday. And that's going well, so I'm building up now the profiles because it's Artisan saves them all and I can bring them back and follow my best roast profiles so I can match up and get everything pretty much spot on. And the other PC that I couldn't get any 64-bit installed to work on, I just thought, right, I'll tell you what, I'll just hose it because it wasn't loading the Windows 10 install that I had on the Franken PC, and I'd set up lovingly with everything perfectly set up on it, but thought, stuff it, I'll hose it. So I did Windows 10 installer 32-bit, wouldn't take that either. I just don't know what is up with that. It must be the processor, it's the only thing I can think of. So in the end I had to do Windows 8.1 installer, which did work. So I installed it Windows 8.1, which is kind of really funky, and I'm not that enamored about it, but it's only a backup kind of PC, so it's not like I'm going to be doing loads of work with it or anything. So I've got that PC up and running, so I've got all my network drives back and shared folders and everything, and I've rebuilt all the software I need on them, so that's all good and done. Right, I'm off in, so have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in the next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.